100% pure milk. Distinction milk is a fantastic source of calcium, protein, and essential source of vitamins A and D and other nutrients. The great news is that Distinction milk has no added ingredients and no preservatives. Always fresh, always pure, always rich. Now available in 2 sizes, 170 grams and 410 grams. Distinction evaporated milk is perfect for the family to enjoy no matter how you choose to serve it. Distinction milk is always wholesome and always nutritious. For healthy bones and better immune system, choose Distinction evaporated milk. Distributed by Fine Foods and available island-wide.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio. DBS Radio on the go. www.dbcradio.net. Click the play button at the top and you're good to go with the nation station, DBS Radio. Stand by, we're just about to cross over to the news right here on DBS. This is your nation station.
My one and only station.
DBS Radio.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the general manager of Domlec responds to load shedding now on the way for the company. St. Kitts Nevis opposition leader Dr. Mark Brantley calls for unity among political parties to tackle the growing crime problem. And 4 dead in Germany as a car drove into crowds at a Christmas market. Details of the morning news right after this.
Deck the halls and get ready. This Sunday, December 22 from 7 p.m. DBS Radio presents the DBS Christmas Showcase, streaming live on DBS social media. An online presentation featuring some of the stars from the DBS Christmas Song Contest, like veteran Cyril Elf Henderson, past winners Andis Thomas, Vernella Henderson, Janae Jackson, Mikael Ferrall, with special guest Colin XB and the DBS Christmas All-Stars. Join us live on DBS Facebook and YouTube this Sunday, December 22 from 7 p.m. Sponsored by Republic Bank, Dominica National Lottery, Springfield Trading, Do It Center Express, Marboy's Restaurant and Bar, D. Kim's Entertainment Christmas Morning Fete, Continental Store, and Big Edge Financial.
Happy New Year.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. The general manager of Domlec, Dwayne Sinak, has been explaining the reason for embarking on planned outages over the last few weeks.
from the middle of November thereabout, we had one of our major units at the Loader Hydro Station suffer some maintenance issues, or there was a fault, a defect on a line, a broken line, and that it's a high pressure line. When it ruptured, it caused water to get into the generator of the unit. We started the dry out process, and in drying out and the continuous testing, and so we discovered that some of the components within the generator at that station suffered some damage. So the unit had to be, obviously it couldn't be returned to service and had to be dismantled, and we have some components that had to be shipped out to be refurbished before we can get that unit back. Now that unit is one of the first units in the hydraulic cycle on our hydro system, and it is capable of carrying a significant amount of load. When that unit went out, it created more of a strain on our system in terms of reducing the reserve that we have to cater for when we have to do maintenance, planned maintenance on other units, or whether or not, another unit goes out because of an unplanned situation.
And that's the General Manager of Domlec, Dwayne Sinak. Mr. Sinak says the company is taking action to deal with the matter.
Okay, so we haven't seen any real significant increase in the demand per se. The real problem is the generation capacity. We had, reductions in that capacity, and so we cannot meet the demand. Of course, we do expect growth, and so in the future, and we're preparing for it. But in the short term, it's really, we're dependent on getting the parts that are outstanding. Some of these parts have been ordered at the beginning of this year. We received some of it. Some have not been received. Just today, I spoke to one of the suppliers, and, they have mentioned, it's just a real supply chain issue that has existed since COVID-19 issues, and they have been working with their suppliers, the manufacturers, to improve that. Some of the other issues associated there is just the amount of similar units that exist and the demand the world roam, all around the world for parts and so on. The manufacturers having problems meeting that demand. So there has been challenges all over, to satisfy customers with the parts, and unfortunately we are suffering because of that. Some of the units that we use are pretty common, and there are other utilities in the region, yes, that use similar parts. And I guess from previous experience, I can say, yes, I know of other utilities that, suffer as well, having to wait long time for delivery of parts and so. But in terms of improvement, yes, one of the things is, getting the units that are currently out of service back online to boost our capacity. We also have some units that are affected by different issues, and we have some planned upgrades to those units so that we can get more out of them, and again improve on that capacity that we have. So we move from suffering with this marginal capacity issue to having flexibility to avoid outages, but be able to do the necessary work that we need to do.
And that's the General Manager of Domlec, Dwayne Sinak. Other news this morning, head of the Criminal Investigations Unit, Superintendent George Theophile, says a robust crime prevention strategy is being put in place to enhance the safety and security of residents and visitors during the Christmas season. Mr. Theophile says police officers have a greater street presence, and especially in the city of Roseau. He is, however, encouraging Dominicans to be vigilant and adhere to the measures being given by the police force.
For this Christmas season, there will be a greater increase in plain clothes officers on patrol in the city of Roseau and environs. Therefore, it is advisable to strictly adhere to the tips that will be provided as far as is practicable. We encourage you to ensure that all doors and windows are locked, especially when leaving your homes. Alert your neighbors to keep an eye on your home in your absence. We all have to be each other's keeper at this time. Give the impression that your home is occupied by putting on the radios and television. Keep close attention to your purses, wallets, and jewelries, and other belongings. Please stay alert and be aware of your surroundings, even if you're rushed. Keep items in your vehicle out of sight. Again, I will urge you, the public, to avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Ensure that you don't carry more cash than is necessary. If possible, please use your cards. Let me send a strong warning to the would-be criminals that if they're waiting to cause mischief to the citizenry, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force will exercise zero tolerance on any form of crime and violence in our nature island, Dominica.
And that's the head of the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, Superintendent George Theophile. Over 25 companies are set to take part in the 2025 Dominica Trade Mission being organized by the DAIC in collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association. The mission, which is set to take place from January 20th to the 22nd, will bring together industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and decision makers from both nations.
The 2025 Trade Mission presents a remarkable opportunity for both Dominica and as well Trinidad and Tobago. We see this as an opportunity to deepen the economic relationship between both partners, but for many of the companies within the private sector in Dominica, it creates an opportunity to open new pathways for growth and as well economic development. The 2025 mission will play a very crucial role in fostering business collaboration. We've been in conversation with over 25 companies thus far, and we see this as an opportunity for attracting investment, for building lasting partnerships between our nations. And so we are very thrilled to bring together industry leaders from a cadre of sectors: building and construction, logistics, packaging, chemicals, food and beverage, services, and many other sectors. The mission will feature a delegation of over 40 from Trinidad and Tobago, and primarily this mission is aimed at unlocking new business prospects for all who will be involved.
And that's the Executive Director of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, Ashma McDougall. President of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce is Brenton Hillier.
The mission will be a catalyst for economic progress, connecting businesses across industries and laying the foundation for a stronger Dominica economy. By fostering dialogue and collaboration, we are not only facilitating trade, but also demonstrating our unwavering commitment to Dominica's development. We eagerly anticipate welcoming our Trinidadian counterparts to Dominica for this milestone event and look forward to the many benefits that it will bring to our private sector for years to come.
And that's the president of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, Brenton Hillier. National broadcaster DBS Radio will bring Christmas cheer to its listeners with a DBS Christmas showcase scheduled for tomorrow evening. The event will bring together past winners and competitors of the DBS Christmas Song Contest and a few other local artists. The DBS Christmas Showcase will be on both radio and social media platforms from 7 o'clock.
We're inviting listeners and fans to join us on DBS social media, Facebook and YouTube for a special presentation of DBS Radio being dubbed the DBS Christmas Showcase. It is a feature we have on in the absence of the DBS Christmas Song Contest, which we've not been able to host in recent years. The Christmas Song Showcase will feature some of the past winners: Mikael Ferrell, Andis Thomas, Vernella Henderson, as well as Janae Jackson. We will also feature one of the all-time favorites and regulars, Cyril Elf Henderson, and Colin XP will do her popular Christmas renditions. There will be lots of fun, a special DJ segment from Dr. Miguel Labadie, special treat by Kiwana Fontaine and the rest of the DBS All-Stars. So we're just asking our patrons, fans and friends to join us live via the social media this Sunday, December 22 from 7 for the DBS Christmas Showcase. Let's just bring back that holiday spirit. Let's preserve the Christmas spirit. We're inviting families to get together to promote and share the live and just be part of the experience. It will be fun and it will be something to remember, definitely.
And that's the senior announcer at DBS Radio, Miguel Labadie. The Dominica Government Band will hold its 72nd Christmas musical tomorrow. The event is being held under the distinguished patronage of President of Dominica, Her Excellency Silvani Burton and Mr. Burton at the Roseau Christmas Village at Botanic Gardens from 6 o'clock. Dominicans are being encouraged to support the event.
The Dominica Government Band is doing it again this Christmas. It's the 72nd Christmas musical. This time it's going to be bigger and better, exciting, with a different lineup. A lineup we believe the Dominican public will enjoy, with a lot of locally arranged songs, coupled with the Christmas standards. The band has already had concerts in La Plaine, Wesley, Tukari, Cassibus, the Dominica Infirmary. So the band is ready. The band is inviting everyone to come down to the Roseau Christmas Village at the Botanical Gardens this Sunday, the 22nd of December, from 6 p.m. It will be a night to remember, a night to experience. Viva la musica!
And that's the band master of the Dominica Government Band, Peter Leighton. The Major Crime Unit of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force has commenced investigation into a shooting incident which occurred around 7:15 last night at Back Street, Granby, in a wooden dwelling house which was being occupied by the deceased, a 19-year-old, and two foreign nationals. That incident caused the death of the male 19-year-old Dre Fontaine of Back Street in Granby. Well, the body of the 19-year-old that was pronounced dead by a medical doctor around 8:30 last night. The scene was managed and processed by two crime scene technicians. An investigation into the matter continues. DBS will follow that story to bring you more in another newscast. Leader of the opposition in St. Kitts and Nevis, Mark Brantley, believes the time has come for all political parties to put politics aside and unite to tackle the growing crime problem. Earlier this year, the Federation experienced a rise in violent crime, including homicides, which politicians and the public alike describe as a worrying trend in St. Kitts and Nevis. Over the past 11 months, 28 homicides have been recorded, and while responding to the Prime Minister's $1.127 billion budget presentation, Brantley stressed that while ensuring citizens' security ultimately rests with the government, engaging in a blame game serves no purpose and in addressing the crime problem. He said politicians and all people of St. Kitts and Nevis must now come together to tackle the growing problem. And finally, at least 4 people, including a child, were killed after a car drove into crowds at a Christmas market in Germany. Dozens have also been injured. The suspect, a 50-year-old Saudi doctor, he's been arrested. In fact, he's been pursued. And it appears from reports he may have acted alone. It is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's the news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Searching for the perfect Christmas gift this season? Give your loved ones gifts that grow, gifts of lasting joy. At the National Bank of Dominica Limited, we are offering exclusive holiday deals on pre-approved credit cards and unsecured loans to help you build a secure future for those who matter most. Sign up today and you can win a $1,000 shopping spree this holiday, sharing gifts that grow and joys that last with the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Visit us today on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or at any National Bank of Dominica Limited branch. Let us help you unwrap your financial dreams. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. The Champagne Reef Divers are into the finals of the 6th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 Cricket Tournament, while the Indian River Rowers have kept their Cinderella run alive and advanced to the second qualifier to face the Barana Ote Warriors. This all follows an exciting day of cricket action at Windsor Park on Friday. Here is the DBS Sports editor, Gavin Richards.
The Champagne Reef Divers are into the finals of the 6th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament, while the Indian River Rowers have advanced to the qualifiers on Saturday. This as the 6th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament put on one of its best days in history. Let's start off with the first match, the first qualifier between the Champagne Reef Divers and the Barana Ote Warriors. Well, that game went down to a super over. Let's recap as to how we got to that position. Divers, Warriors batting first made 135 for 4 in their 10 overs. Stephen Natram got 35, Justin Alexander 27 not out, and Casimir Benjamin 20. Joel Dura, he picked up 3 for 22, and Brian Joseph 1 for 25 for the Divers. The Divers chasing 136 for victory, while it came down to the final ball of the innings. The Divers on 134 for 4, and they managed to squeeze the single to send the game into the super over. Cheyenne Brathwaite, he hit 52. Stefan Pascal, 36 not out. Russian Primus, a quick fire 28 to lead the charge for the Divers. While Shervon Dorset, he picked up 1 for 26, and Gillan Tyson 1 for 29 for the Barana Ote Warriors. Well, this came down to the super over. The Divers took first knock. They got 13 in the super over, and then the Barana Ote Warriors needing 14 to win. They were bowled out for just 2 runs. Russian Primus, he took both wickets. Well, Cheyenne Brathwaite was named the Bullseye Pharmacy Player of the Match.
Yeah, I had a clear plan. I know we had a slow start, but I always trust myself to do it for the team.
All right. What was it like batting out there? You had a slow start yet, but what did you think made the difference for you?
I just adjusted my bat lift. That was all.
All right. And then the super over, it really came down to the final 6 balls, and you delivered again for your team.
Yeah, like I said, I just trust myself and I put team first.
Here now is the winning captain, Stefan Pascal of the Champagne Reef Divers.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. We started on the back foot, but we found a way.
When you have guys like Cheyenne Brathwaite, Russian Primus, how much of a luxury is that for you?
Well, as you could see today, it is a big luxury. Having guys like them, it makes it easier. I could tell I wasn't flowing. I wasn't really feeling my best in the middle. I wasn't middling the ball. But when you have guys like them, they could make up for you. So I know that I just had to run between the wickets and do my job.
The final over, Stefan. Talk me through that final over, the decision to give Russian Primus the ball.
Well, it wasn't mine entirely. I had a little conference with Alec and the rest of the guys, the rest of the senior guys. And they already told me that he put up his hand to bowl it. So, when you have guys like that put up their hand and execute, it makes it a lot easier.
Into the finals now, Stefan. Describe that feeling for me right now.
You know, it's a wonderful feeling. Obviously we started very well, and then we went on a losing streak, and everything really started to go a little sideways. But as I told you before, we always find a way. When we started winning those games, we always found a way, and now we're signing back to find those ways to win again. So I'm very happy that we just have to come Sunday to do well.
Losing captain Gian Benjamin.
Yeah, I'm a disappointed result at the end, but I must say, as a team, we played well. A few errors here and there, just a little thing that we could touch upon. But with that being said, I must say, well played to Cheyenne, Stefan, and the rest of the divers too.
Last 2 overs there, you guys made a few errors, like you said. What do you think you could have done differently then?
I think we could have been more aggressive in the field. A few chances going down, and I think they turned the ones into twos, and that was very crucial at the back end. You see, it cost us the game. But with that being said, we play tomorrow, so we're going to put that behind us and look forward to the match.
Well, the second game of the afternoon saw the Indian River Rovers up against the D-Threads Tito Gore Splashers in the first eliminator. The Splashers batted first. They made 124 for 3 their 10 overs. Noel Leo got 64 and Dylan Douglas 50 not out. The CJ Charles, he picked up 1 for 14 for the Indian River Rovers. The Rovers in search of 125. They got 126 for 4 in 9.2 overs. That innings was powered by Shadrach Descart, who got 60, and Keon Gaston, who made 44. Dylan Douglas, he picked up 1 for 20, and Jamie James 1 for 14 for the Detroit Tito God Splashers. But at the end of the day, it was a victory by 6 wickets for the Indian River Rovers. Here now is the Bullseye Pharmacy player of the match and captain Shadrach Descart.
I can't be more thankful to the Almighty for guiding us through this victory. Lost of words. Good effort from the guys with both bat and ball. Tomorrow is another day. Trust the process, the result will speak for itself.
All right, it's been a good batting track throughout the entire day, but you guys needed 125 to win the game. What was the mentality? What was the mindset, at the start of the run chase?
Like I communicated with the batters that were batting with me, as long as we stick at 10 and over, 13 and over is always gettable. So as long as we could bat through the end, the runs is always gettable.
And Keon Gaston normally doesn't do the ball, but he had some big hits today. How crucial was he?
That was a special knock from Kiki. You have been giving us this kind of innings so far in the tournament, and it's always good to see you come into the party. And
all right, quick word now. Going to be playing the Barana Ute Warriors tomorrow. Looking to continue that Cinderella run.
Like I said, trust the process. The result will speak for itself.
All right, thank you very much, Shadrach. Let's hear from the losing captain, Jelani Robinson.
Now I'm proud of the guys. This is the first time I got to the qualifying round for about 5 seasons. So at the end of the day, it's improvement. The guys is a good bunch of guys. You have to play them again. I'll play them again. So at the end of the day, you have to lose. You have to win. At the end of the day, Shadrach played a blinder. We wasn't good enough on the day, and credit to us for going through.
Key, just a little comment there on Dylan Douglas and the impact that he had on the tournament for you guys.
Yeah, Doug is a special player. He's fierce. He's aggressive, and you need players like that in a setup. And he had one of the. One of our bright spots. We had a few bright spots here and there, but I think the doggy show his worth. So kudos to him, and hopefully he'll be back again.
So the Champagne Reef Divers have advanced to Sunday's final, and they will await the winner of Saturday's second qualifier, and that match is between the Indian River Rovers and the Barana Ute Warriors. That game will get underway at 2:30 Saturday afternoon at Windsor Park. For DBS Radio, Gavin Richards reporting.
Thank you very much, Gavin Richards, for, as usual, your comprehensive reports from Windsor Park Stadium. Meanwhile, the curtains will come down on the 6th edition of the tournament this weekend. Joining us now is the coordinator of the tournament, Liam Sebastian. Liam, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Curtis, and morning to listeners of DBS Radio. Firstly, let me congratulate you on your recent post that you acquired. I guess it's just a matter of time before, maybe that turns into a full-time position.
Well, you've taken me by surprise. Thank you very much. Well, now let's talk some cricket.
No problem.
Right. So what do we have on the cards for this weekend?
Well, we currently in the playoffs stage. Yesterday we had the first qualifier and the first eliminator. So the Champagne Reef Divers are currently, they have booked their spot in the finals and they await the winner of the second qualifier today between the Barana Ote Warriors and the Indian River Rose. Champagne Reef Divers beat Barana Ote Warriors yesterday. So we have one match today at 2:30 and then the grand finals tomorrow at 2:30 as well.
Right, so that is a major tournament coming to an end as the curtains come down this weekend. So what can we expect for the grand finals tomorrow?
Well, if I were a betting man, I would say that I can expect a lot of excitement based on the results that we have been having. I think yesterday was the best day of cricket that we would have had in any of the editions, with the quality of cricket and the excitement that was at the stadium. We had our first super over for this tournament, and every inning that was played yesterday, the team scored over 100 runs, and it was just a lot of excitement at the stadium. So if we were going on based on what has happened thus far, I would say that we expect a lot of excitement tomorrow. Well, not only tomorrow, in the match today between the Rowers against the Warriors, because, two teams, it's a good matchup. The Rowers, as I'd say, the underdogs, they're in good form, and Warriors, the crowd favorites and expected on paper to be, one of the tournament favorites. So I would say a lot of excitement, Curtis.
Right. So, Liam, speak to the finalists, speak to the listeners as you encourage them to show up at Windsor Park Stadium today and tomorrow.
Yes, Curtis, certainly. We're appealing to everybody. It's the home stretch. 2 more days. A lot of persons would have asked us to, they wanted the finals on a Sunday. So it is here. We have the finals on Sunday, which is tomorrow. So we anticipate and we expect that today and tomorrow we have much larger crowds. Tomorrow, as per usual, after the finals, there will be a little social activity just to wind down, as we say. And we're just appealing to everybody. It's $10 to come down to the stadium. It's very affordable. And let's just go into the Christmas season with some cricket energy into us, because it's been very, very good thus far. And we just want the general public to support us as we end this tournament.
Generally speaking, you would be satisfied with what you saw this season?
Very satisfied, very satisfied. From the entire production, there are areas that we have to fix, as in any organization. But in terms of everything in a nutshell, we are very, very satisfied. The quality of the pitches, the production, the media, the groundsmen. It's a lot more positives than negatives that I can say. So we are very, very happy with the product that has been put out.
Thank you very much, Liam Sebastian, and we thank you for the good work you continue to do with the running of cricket in Dominica. DBS Radio will certainly do some coverage of the finals of some sort. Certainly, DBS will be around to bring some coverage. Thank you very much, and we wish you well for the rest of the season. Thank you very much. Liam Sebastian, the coordinator of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 Cricket Tournament. And Joseph Fadul, I think it's just time to remind the listeners that at 9:30 this morning until 11, we bring you the Connecting the Dots program. And who do we have on this morning? Derek the Hunter St. Rose, police officer, entertainer, Calypsonian. Derek Hunter St. Rose is one you don't want to miss on the Connecting the Dots program with Ivona John Baptist Luge and Nigel Francis. What a guest we have in studios today, Derek the Hunter St. Rose. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. Of course, the DBS Christmas Showcase. You don't want to miss this one tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Hosted, of course, by Miguel Labadie and others. The DBS Christmas Showcase. Something you don't want to miss on radio this weekend. On behalf of the News and Sports Departments and our link person, Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying good morning. Do have a great weekend.
DBS News.
news. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS.
Let's bring you this morning's edition of the DBS Radio Insert of the Package. The Insert of the Package is brought to you compliments of our very good friends at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, low toll, credit card, and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at aanalowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit us today. Just walk in and be happy you did.
And this morning's insert of the package is coming from the DBS Major Morning News, where we can tell you that head of the Criminal Investigations Department, Superintendent George Theophil, says a robust crime prevention strategy is being put in place to enhance the safety and security of residents and visitors during the Christmas season. Theophil says police officers will have a greater street presence, especially in the city of Roseau. He is, however, encouraging Dominicans and everyone to be vigilant and adhere to the measures being given by the police force.
For this Christmas season, there will be a greater increase in plainclothes officers on patrol in the city of Roseau and environs. Therefore, it is advisable to strictly adhere to the tips that will be provided as far as is practicable. We encourage you to ensure that all doors and windows are locked, especially when leaving your homes. Alert your neighbors to keep an eye on your home in your absence. We all have to be each other's keeper at this time. Give the impression that your home is occupied by putting on the radios and television. Keep close attention to your purses, wallets, and jewelries, and other belongings. Please stay alert and be aware of your surroundings, even if you're rushed. Keep items in your vehicle out of sight. Again, I will urge you, the public, to avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Ensure that you don't carry more cash than is necessary. If possible, please use your cards. Let me send a strong warning to the would-be criminals that they're waiting to cause mischief to the citizenry. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force will exercise zero tolerance on any form of crime and violence in our nature island, Dominica.
Head of the Criminal Investigations Department, Superintendent George Theophil. That was your insert of the package right here on your nation station, DBS Radio. This morning's edition of the insert of the package was brought to you compliments of the very good folks at A&A Low Price Center. Let's now bring you this morning's edition of the DBS Radio Weather Report. This morning's edition of the DBS Radio Weather Report is brought to you compliments Big Edge and Flow.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge
And we say a big good morning to our very good friend Dane Charles with this morning's edition of the Weather Report from the Met Office. Dane Charles, good morning to you.
Good morning. This is your weather update from the Dominica Meteorological Service at the Douglas Charles Airport for the 21st of December 2024, recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy at times, with light to moderate scattered showers, mainly during the morning. The conditions at Douglas Charles Airport this morning were overcast with showers. The surface winds came from the west-northwest at 3 knots or 6 kilometers an hour, and the temperature was 24 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall at Douglas Charles was 11.2 millimeters, and the monthly rainfall so far has been 229.3 millimeters. Sunset today will be at 5:41 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6:28 a.m. High tides today at 8:05 a.m. and 7:50 p.m. and the next low tide at 2:06 p.m. And now the weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. Low-level moisture and instability are expected to generate cloudy periods with scattered showers, which could be moderate at times over the island during the next 12 to 24 hours. People in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks are advised to be on alert and to continue to exercise caution. A gradual drying out of the atmosphere can be expected thereafter. Seas are expected to remain moderate, with waves peaking up to 8 feet today along the northern and eastern coastline. A small craft advisory is in effect. Small craft operators and sea bathers should be on alert for strong breaking wave action along these beaches. And now the weather forecast for today and tonight. The synopsis: weak unstable conditions will continue to affect the area. The forecast for today and tonight is partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy at times, with light to moderate scattered showers mainly during the morning. The winds are expected to come from the east to southeast at 10 to 35 kilometers an hour. Sea conditions expected moderate, with waves from 1.5 to 2.5 meters or 5 to 8 feet. A small craft advisory remains in effect. For more information about weather conditions, visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm or call us at 266-4490. For further information, like our Facebook page at Dominica Meteorological Service, follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met, and also on our WhatsApp channel at 618-3469. Reporting from the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Dane Charles.
Okay, Max, if I'm going to steal Christmas this year, I'll need a smart TV to keep an eye on the who's, a smartphone to call for backup, cash, and a stove to bake this ham. Seriously, I can get all this for free if I sign up for Flow.
With Christmasing with thousands of gifts even the Grinch would love. Sign up for a postpaid mobile bundle or high-speed broadband and win big every week. Visit discoverflow.co now.
Doudou, ou t'es obligé à...
And now, your community bulletin board.
Well, before we get into the depth of the theme and our sponsor, welcome to the morning edition of the General Announcements and What's on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. This morning's edition of the General Announcements and What's on the Community Bulletin Board brought to you compliments Valley Engineering.
Awase moi mita la oui ouzo kon sa. An wale kote Valley Engineering pou Doudou, ou t'es obligé à bawase moi mita la oui ouzo kon sa. An wale kote Valley Engineering pou manger zafen.
Get back on track. At Valley Engineering, we offer a wide range of high-quality auto spare parts designed to keep your vehicle running smoothly and efficiently. We offer the best parts and accessories at affordable prices. Ensure safety and reliability for every journey. Come to Valley Engineering. Our experienced and knowledgeable staff will gladly assist you. Call 448-5 5008-448-2279 or 615-1310. Valley Engineering, 64 years of service to the people of Dominica.
Valley Engineering, merci en l'eau, merci en chai, merci autant.
Thanks again for your continued patronage.